own huge network. So they're actually, when you route, so there's a lot of wastas when you route. So there's a
والله
lot
تقول
of
قلبة
wastas in your
السعودية
route.
لك مش من هان يا رحم بيا خليلي لف
If there's a
هو
lot
واحد
of
هذا بده
wastas
يخش من هان
if there's a lot of wastas in your, that means you're usually an ISP. The more wastas there are, the smaller.
You like the وسطات
But
انت
the NSPs can communicate direct. So
Oh.
they're at the top of the food,
Yes.
you know. And so that's why a lot of people who need to do trading and all that, they want to deal with NSPs because when they
They don't
send
want to
out
have a
their
lot of
packet,
middlemen.
yeah, they don't want no middle people. They want to be able to hit you at the shortest, quickest, fastest way.
Is Google considered an NSP?
You know, yeah, probably Google could be considered a kid. You have to, I would, you know what it is, I would Google NSPs and they have a list of them. I know in the past, Verizon, I'm not sure about Sprint, I know AT&T was, I think maybe Verizon.
السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. هاي اجا كل الاي بي اكسبرتس. This guy is static, but he could turn dynamic too.
So what is ghost IP address? Have you heard of that?
Is that with proxies maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Those
IP
IP
addresses?
addresses.
Like some countries like Saudi Arabia, you know, they cannot get to certain, you know, like websites. So what they do, like Netflix, you can't play Netflix from Saudi Arabia. So what you do, they do this proxy.
You VPN into it, right?
Yeah,
Connect
they,
with
they
CDN.
yeah. How does that work?
Well, I
What's
mean,
the IP?
yeah.
It
go
bounces.
ahead. So, I mean, like I kid for Sardinia. You want to go to Netflix.
You start them على السعودية.
So you want to go, they block you, right?
Exactly.
Because they see the IP address is going to the United States. And they know that this is basically for material that might be considered
Not good.
illicit, let's say, or
Not good,
you know,
yeah.
rated R or something. So they block you. They say, oh, this is inappropriate. Why are you going to this? Instead of, you know, they just block it. You know, so they block the IP address. And they know because they know where the IP address is going. So one way people get around it is they go and they do a VPN. So what does a VPN do? So your device says, okay, look, I'm gonna make a private link between my device and let's say the service that hosts this VPN. So they create sort of a link between a tunnel between two IP addresses, okay, and they lock it up. So it's like, you know, it's there for as long as you want, okay, unless you discontinue. So now Saudiya is listening, and they go, well, this IP address doesn't. All we see is an IP address from this local device, could be actually private, to that, going over overseas to another IP address, which might be another private. So it looks like, you know, it's actually a company talking to each other and encrypting it, right? So it's encrypted, but what really you're doing is you're trying to get around the let's say the
Triple X.
yeah, the triple X. So anyway, so from that perspective, you're creating a tunnel to go. So when you hit that tunnel, then now you can go to Netflix if you want, because they don't see your IP address that you're trying to hit. So now you can say Netflix, and it's encrypted. It's going through this tunnel. It's not getting routed the normal way. And when it gets to the other side, let's say the United States then takes that IP address and says, oh yeah, this is for Netflix, and no problem, I'll bring it back to you that way the same way.
You have two questions, Mahmoud.
Don't hackers use this method to hack into others? So if they need someone to know their location, like the tunnel
So
way.
you're worried about location?
No, I just
now
am
I'm worried.
asking.
This is the second question on location. Go ahead, Maad.
I know if you go to the command prompt and you type in like ping and you put in, let's say Google, it will return a address, like for example 192 point whatever.
Yeah, so-
Is that a
yeah.
public address?
Yeah, so the whole idea is, look, I mean, you have this huge Ethernet. A long time ago, there was no IP address. It was just Ethernet. So you had those long hex addresses, and so you routed that way. That's how you used to take that address and you put it in the table and physically, and you routed that way. Okay. So people said, this is very cumbersome, and how are we gonna work with hundreds of millions of these devices? And how do we know where they go? And how does how do you route and that? So they said, okay, what a better way is let's go up one higher, which is the internet protocol. So they said, it's like we can take these, these hex addresses and turn them into numbers. And then within the numbers, we're going to create a system, which is the A, B, C. Okay. And then, so they said C could be a local, and a B could be an ISP, and of course an A would be an NSP, for instance, a country, for instance. And so that's the concept of it. So what they're doing is they're figuring out more innovative ways. So what Becker's saying, okay, so we've got this IP4, we've had it for a long time, all the routers know how to route and everything works good, and here comes all of these new devices that Mel's talking about, and saying, look, I go to Abu Bakr and say, I need 16 million devices. Are you crazy? Where am I going to get you 16 million addresses? He goes, what do you need them for? He goes, well, these addresses need to talk, and we need to be able to talk to them direct. He goes, well, even if I agree with you and I think you deserve 16 million because you've got an application that deserves 16 million addresses, I still can't give it to you. We don't have it. So I had to create this IP6.
So IP6 يعني basically زي ال IP4 بس with more.
If you go to different university and I went to their websites, they have يعني في واحد a friend of mine show me like their Excel sheets, huge number of publicly assigned IP addresses, or not actual assigned. It's like public IP addresses. They got it and they've never used it. It's just sitting there. They just got it and they're waste. So اللي هو poor allocation of these IP addresses, one reason. So they started running out of IP addresses. هلا كمان another reason اللي هو صار إنه potential future devices that start coming to the network.
Smart metering.
A lot of things. IP6 everywhere. عندك mobility everywhere, smartphones everywhere,
Smart
and
homes.
smart homes everywhere. عندك هلا many
Your
devices.
fridge has an IP
يعني
address,
هلا
your
everything
microwave,
everything you want it to be communicated to the network, you have to give it an IP address. You have to identify it in the network. So for everybody to be able to ping that device or reach that device, you have to give it an IP address. So they start, thinking, talking, okay, if you continue with IP version 4, and we're going to be running out of IPs very soon. So that's another reason. Okay, they start thinking of, they've been thinking, like 1994, developing the IP version 6, and they already implemented it in different countries. يعني احنا في دول الخليج they already using IP version 6. يعني هنا في the United States هم اللي they develop it, we're working on it. More research, but they're still not using it. بس في الخليج العربي they're already, for example, السعودية.
Here in the US, it's limited migration to IPv6.
نعم.
I think there's some companies.
Oh, they do, but in general,
Yeah.
I mean, not widely still. There, a lot of companies they still using IP4.
You said
That's why also you have to have this another point on should part of the migration is that the backward compatibility, because now we have both existing at the same
راح
time.
نحكي عن بالضبط. هلا now we
بس سؤال
they
أحمد
converted
برضه.
to-
for IPv4, you said it's going to be estimated until 2050 when they run out. What about IPv6? How much bigger is it going to be?
Okay, هلا I'll tell you. أنا
So
أتذكر تفضل.
So big, I've heard the comment. I don't know how true it is.
I see
هلا
that as a groups of 4 decimals, so that's way bigger.
هلا
but
بالضبط.
still,
هلا احنا تتذكر اول ما بلش بالاي بي فيرجن 4 احنا the reason why we went back to talk about the IP version 4 just to show you basic understanding of the IP. هلا حكينا انه 2 to the power 32 اللي هو 32 bits اللي هو ايش 4 octets of the format of the IP address. So you have to do 2 to the power 32 to get you an actual how many IP address you can get out of that number. هلا for IP version 6 we're talking about 128 bits. Okay, so when you do the math and you go 2 to the power 128, إذا في واحد عنده calculation, do it and see how many address we're gonna get. يعني a number you can't read صراحة.
طب ليش V4 to V6 ليش فيش V5
Huh? No, هم that,
بدي قاعدة.
you know, there's
بدي
another,
قاعدة
that's a
يعني.
good question, that's a good question. يعني في هم they say, okay, IP version 6, هلا في ناس بيسموه اللي هو IP
IP V4
NG.
There's nothing
no no
Okay.
بالنص كمان
أبو هذا another name للIP version 6. هو سأل ليش
So
مش
it's
IP 5?
256 times 256 times 256 times 256. That's IPv4, right?
Right.
So 6 is keep multiplying it 2 more times. So now you've got 13 zeros.
Okay.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of addresses.
Yeah, IPNG اللي هو IP next generation. يعني they name it. طيب هلا 2 to the power 128 it will give us a lot of like يعني plenty of addresses. So هلا مشكلة ال IP addresses إنه running out of IP addresses no longer exist. مش بس هيك طبعا ما هو لأنه إحنا زي ما حكينا that wasn't the main reason for يعني upgrading to IP version 6. هلا الفورمات is different. عرفت علي كيف؟ الفورمات is different and simpler.
علي
Okay.
شو الاي بي ان جي؟ متاسف ما انتبهت.
IPNG اللي هو
IP next
different naming
Next generation.
next
next
generation
okay.
أو IP version 6 اللي هو the same concept.
هاني بس عنده سؤال.
Yeah, يعني what's the first thing they started like when they did the IPs? What was it? IP2 or
No, it was IP version.
No,
4.
no, it was always IP.
Yeah, it was
Version
always
4?
IP. Yeah, and
Yeah,
this
it
is
was
the only
4
migration.
which
This
is
the
32
only
bits, right?
Yeah, which is 32 bits. إحنا حكينا أنت
To the power.
بتشبه بال.
Yeah, I wasn't here. That's why I asked.
Yeah, هو عبارة عن 4 octets. عرفت علي كيف؟ Like يعني this is 10.10.2.1.
Oh,
هلا each octet اللي هو 8 bits. So a total of 32 bits. This is the format of the IP address.
Okay.
So this is how we
What, like
separate
4 billion addresses?
2 to the power 32. Yeah, about over 4 billion.
Yeah.
Or-
So now we have trillions.
Now if you go 2 to the 128, it's يعني much يعني a lot of IP addresses. طيب هلا خلينا بس نشوف الفورمات للاي بي فيرجن 6 very quick. هلا هاي الاي بي فيرجن 6 هذا مثال لاي بي فيرجن 6. اوكي هو عباره عن 8 groups of 4 hexadecimal numbers separated by columns. اوكي هلا احنا شفنا كيف الاي بي ادرس فيرجن 4 كيف بينكتب عباره عن 4 octets separated by dots. هلا في عندنا هون عباره عن 8 groups of 4 hexadecimal separated by columns. So هذا عباره عن 4 hexadecimal. هذا number. هذا عباره عن تعرف hexadecimal اللي هو zeros مع يعني numbers مع yeah A B's يعني hexadecimal and then you have the rest of the IP. طبعا هم they make it يعني make it longer بس انت you have like we have some rules to make it يعني look shorter شوي. For example, بحكي لك في الرول if you have an IP version 6 that has like consecutive zeros, you can do this. You can, for example, start 2, 0, 0, 1, and instead of just writing all zeros, you can do
زيرو
like this. So you can combine all these with like double columns, okay? And then you continue with the next. 0, 8, B, 4. And then
Are you sure?
another rule that you can do. Now the leading zeros meaning يعني zeros اللي هي before يعني to the left. You can do you know just represent it with يعني you can eliminate
Ignore
them.
them.
You can ignore them or eliminate them. So you don't have to write them down. So for example, this one you can just do 12.
But what a quick question, and
How,
we are
how
in the
do you know, so you put a colon, so each
One is-
colon
one is
after
big.
that, one
The biggest
for the
one.
first
Yeah, the
four
biggest one.
zeros and the second for the four zeros?
exactly. And you can
Okay.
do it
two
twice
Please.
in one IP
The
address,
biggest,
by the
but-
way.
Okay.
So if you do see another lead like consecutive zeros there, you
Okay.
can do another double column
You
to
can-
represent
you
them.
cannot.
You cannot.
Yeah.
Then how would you know?
Okay.
How would you know if this is like these zeros are which zeros are? I mean,
Okay.
what's before that number?
What if
So you have to use it just once.
You can't do it after.
what do you do? You just put the
No,
zeros?
you can't do this twice in one single IP addresses. That's the rule. Yes. Okay. So for example, you saw it here, then you do it here. So you see another consecutive zeros in the same IP. You have to write it down. Okay.
Okay,
What
that's
if
fine.
what if you didn't write the first set out, but then you did the double columns later? Is that still good?
Yeah.
Yes.
As
Yes.
long as
As
it's
long
one-
as you
As
do it
long as
once.
you do it
As
once.
long as you do it once. That's.
What's
yeah,
what's the
that's-
reason behind that?
I'm telling you, yeah, I just told you because لأنه أحيانا you can't tell if you have numbers here, okay, and you have another zeros. Now, how would you know which one? Okay, which
Where do
how
they
many-
belong?
Where do they belong exactly? In the same IP address. عرفت علي كيف؟ So you can't do it twice. It will conflict.
The numbers behind it wouldn't make it easier, like to notify which position, where, like you have.
No, عادي. You can do it either at the beginning or the end or in the middle.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it doesn't matter. عرفت علي كيف؟
ايوه يا
هلا-
شباب سو فار يا
أنا-
شباب الحمد لله واصل الفكره كذا لا منيح الله
What
يرضى
would
عليك
make some countries like the Gulf or Khalid use V6 although there are still V4s? Is there something special about the V6
yes.
or is it just different address? Like why would they
Yeah.
start using it?
هلا بنحكي عنها بس ابدا افرجيك اول شيء.
Well,
Is
it
there a
costs more.
communication problem between them?
لا because لانه هلا
costs more,
special
is there,
devices
like,
to deal with both. You know, سموها dual stack router that has the capability to do both version 4 and version 6. So if you're routing from an IB version 6 network to an IB version 4 network, you have a router that can do the translation.
so هاي the translation it goes through I thought there is some tools other than router will all this happen with the router
No.
يعني الراوتر could translate
Oh yeah, router. هلا هذا
من
الراوتر
IPv4
to
to
IB
6
version 6. Yes.
Okay.
You
طب
have to
هذيك
have
المرة
a
سمعتكم I heard you guys talking about there is some tools and this and what kind of tools is there?
في tunnels. هو هاي التول الراوترز في عندك اللي هي tunnels بسموها 4 to 6 tunnels or 6 to 4 tunnels.
Okay,
That you
okay.
can configure from router to router, so you don't have to have a special device.
طب when I go to the CMD محمود الله يرضى عليك راح نبيك. No, it's okay. Take your time. بقطع راسك على الميل.
To the
And it's
CMD will
okay.
show you both.
Okay, في CMD let's say I want to ping an IP address عادي بسوي زي ما كنا نسوي في
The
IPv4
same. اللهم بس في بعض الديفرنسز انه لما بدك تعمل ping مثلا you do ping v6 and then the IP address.
طب لو بدي اسوي لوب باك اللي هو 127.001 بدي اسوي في
You do
IPv6
this. طلع كيف اللوب باك for example in IB version 6 it's like this.
ها في IPv6
Yes. It's
أوكي.
127.
اوكي
That
هاي يا
is
شباب
001.
بالله اكتب بس كيف نسوي لوب باك في
في
IPv4
IB version 4 it's 127.0.0.1.
اوكي هسه يا شباب عشان تكونوا بالصوره
What's the loop?
اوكي هذا اللوب باك انه انت بدك تتست انت شبكت على الانترنت بدك تتست انه شغال ولا مش شغال فيو بينج يور سيلف
Just send a signal.
ايوه زي كأنك تتاكد انه بقدر اطلع على جوجل
Test that your IP configuration, your machine is correctly configured. You do this. You ping 127.0.0.1. If you get a reply, that means that your configuration and
Yeah.
your IP TCP is stack is configured correctly. You have no problem.
Okay.
يعني about يعني testing before you before
you
you
start.
further troubleshoot
Okay.
communication problem.
There's a new
يعني you
router.
start with your own machine أول شيء. You know?
You test.
So you bring your machine أول شيء. You do like a looping.
Before you call customer service.
بالضبط عرفت علي؟ Before you start يعني going further to troubleshooting other issues.
I have a question. If we have devices that could work with IPv4 and V6 at the same time, why couldn't we just like divide V6 to work in certain areas and V4 and just leave it with V4? Why do we all have to upgrade everyone to V6? Or what would be the reason?
ما هو هلا بدي احكي لك الريزن يعني انا هلا جايين فيها اللي هي في many reasons. اول شيء حكينا انه we're getting يعني like billions out of يعني can't read that number of IP addresses. So the IP addresses problem احنا اللي shortage running out of IP addresses no longer exists. هي واحد. شغله ثانيه هلا في الاي بي ادرس وحكينا احنا بالبدايه في جاد ريكول اللي هو عباره عن باكيت. هاي الباكيت it has like a header وتريلر. like header يعني كيف راس الصاروخ You know,
ساتر.
that, yes,
والله يسترها معك يا سيدي. عندك راس شغله ثانيه من راس بصل. راس ضروخ يا سيدي.
هذا الهيدر هو عباره عن الايدنتيفيكيشن للباكيت هاي اللي بتصل اللي بتروح من السورس للديستنيشن. هاي الهيدر it has an information inside it. يعني كيف؟ فيها عباره عن معلومات. يعني زي هيك عباره عن هيك هاي باكيت. هيك. اوكي. هون في مثلا الفيرجن اللي هو فيرجن لايك 4 ولا 6. في عندك فلاج، في عندك البايلود اللي هو الانفورميشن، في عندك خانه هون للسورس وفي عندك خانه للديستنيشن. اوكي. So source IP address with destination IP address. Your IP address for example and the destination IP address you're gonna reach. هذا بسموه اللي هو الهيدر تبع الاي بي فيرجن 4. هلا في عندنا طبعا شويه لا يعني when they did the research they found in the IP version 4 يعني like يعني في complexity شوي. في a lot of fields في الهيدر that يعني it's not necessarily to be there but يعني they made it just for future research.
It's not efficient.
It's not efficient and they يعني made it just for يعني research things and so يعني it's not necessary to be there anymore. So they eliminate these fields, a lot of fields from the IB version 4. So they made the IB version 6 header simpler. That means يعني processing wise لما بيروح على machine لراوتر لسويتش the processing time faster and more efficient for communication. So that's another reason why we're going to the IB version 6.
Did they have to add like more hardware and parts whatever to?
بالضبط. Yes. هلا in some cases yes we have زي ما حكيت لأخونا سامي إنه we have to have a router called dual stack router. يعني router that understand اللي هو IB version 6 و understand IB version 4. So when you put it there, okay, this is a packet coming from IB version 4. So what I'm gonna do with it, okay, I have the capability to route to IB version 6. Route it to IB version 6 and vice versa. Okay. The another way في اللي هو they configure يعني on the routers they configure something called tunnels. Okay. So عندك router مثلا وعندك هنا IB version 6 network. Okay. And then في عندك IB version 4. So you configure a tunnel, okay, that go through the IB version 6 and route to IB version 4. So بسموها اللي هو 4 to 6 tunnels or 6 to 4 tunnels. So in this case, we achieve the communication. So we have no problem of implementing IB version 6. We have the devices that understand both. So we have no problem. And we have like a header, simpler header that يعني make the communication faster and more efficient. So why don't we just upgrade to version 6? هلا.
سؤال أحمد.
Another more important thing, go ahead. Do security. Go ahead.
The AC router, it's a new one that came on the market. Was that designed for IPv6? Do you know anything about that?
ايش هو؟
AC routers?
No, that's
AC. لا.
No.
AC. That's a wireless technology. It's not IP4.
انت شو AC
AC. It's like ABGN. يعني let's say your iPhone is
So
wireless.
it's just another. Like,
Yeah.
It's more faster. Just
بالضبط.
Well, that's released to Wi-Fi.
واي فاي. هذا البروتوكول تاع للواي فاي صح؟ الاي سي اللي بتحكي عنه. شو السكيورتي as far as the security differences between IPv6 is it more secure يعني؟
More secure. Another thing هلا اللي تركيبة الاي بي version 6 they eliminated something called private IP address that we just talked about. IP version 4.
راحت بس ما حفظناش.
اوكي الاي بي version
بالعقيد
4
علي.
خلص يعني I mean I'm sorry اللي هو private IP addresses no longer exist. The concept of the private IP addresses no longer exists in IP version 6. ليش؟ لأنه there are just two portion of the IP version 6. Something called link local portion and a global portion. Okay. So now when we don't have private IP addresses, that means what? In terms of communication. From network to another network or publicity. What does that mean?
سو خلص انت على الببليك يعني طالع على طول.
بالضبط شو معنى هذا؟
ما فيش لوكال. عندك.
اوكي شو
Everyone has
كمان؟
access to
No
everything.
security.
في حكينا عن ديفايس ده كان موجود لما احنا كنا عندنا برايفت اي بي ادرس كان ناتنج صح؟ NAT device that can translate from private IP address to public and vice versa.
So هذا
هلا
out.
no longer exists.
So الكيتا
صح؟ سو هلا يعني صار عندنا cost issue كمان احنا كثير we saved a lot of money by not
So
just getting rid of
the person who's worried about location. Now الكيتا they won't knock on everybody's door. He'll knock on your door. He knows exactly where you are.
أحسن. I made it short for you.
يعني يطلع من الشباك.
شوف حطك في راسه والله حسام خلاص. You're on the list man. محمود باشا.
Yes. So عندنا خليها بس مايند اللي هو اللينك لوكال address
local.
والجلوبال والجلوبال سكوب ادرس بسموه او اللي هو if you want to name it internet address that's fine.
Global ايش احمد؟
global IP address او global scope address.
I'm sorry. Oh shoot.
طبعا هلا في عندنا في الاي بي فيرجن 4 في عندنا كان different communications اللي هي اذا بتعرف اللي هو اليونيكاست communication اللي هو single communication from one node to another node هذا بسموها unicast. يعني انا I sent you a packet you reply with that packet هاي بسموها ايش unicast communication. Yes. هلا في شيء اسمه multicast communication كمان you probably guys gonna hear that term اللي هو multicast انه انا I have a packet I want to send it to just a group of people in the network.
زي
I'm not
البرودكاست.
gonna broadcast لا different from the broadcast.
I'm
Broadcast you're gonna broadcast
Yeah, yeah.
everybody will get the هذا طبعا هذا البرودكاستنج خلاص هلا يعني they're gonna eliminate that concept لانه it generates a lot of traffic in your network. Broadcasting you're broadcasting everywhere.
It kills
هلا
the
أنت
network.
يعني if you concerned about that packet or you're not concerned you're gonna get that packet. عرفت علي كيف؟ That's a broadcast. Why should I get a packet that's not this time distant to me for somebody else? عرفت علي كيف؟ So multicast more efficient communication method. Okay. هلا في الاي بي فيرجن 6 كمان في another term اسمه الانيكاست اللي هو الانيكاست اللي هو from one to the closest node in the network. So it's not multicast. It's just what يعني the closest node in your network. It's gonna be يعني for example if you wanna communicate to a DHCP server, okay, I'm not gonna broadcast. Okay, I'm gonna do like anycast, which is okay. I know this is DHCP server is the closest to me. I'm gonna go to that DHCP server. So يعني شفتوا كيف انه في لقيت حتى عمليه الكوميونيكيشن صارت والتيرمز اللي في الاي بي فيرجنز more efficient. Okay, so هاي بالنسبه لل IP version 6 طبعا there's a lot of يعني things to it. في أي questions about يعني ال IP version 6 so far؟ يعني بالنسبة للفورمات كيف how we write the IP address. So if you see this is an IP version 6. If you see 8 groups or اللي هو 8 groups of 4 hexadecimal like this is an IP version 6. Again, we can eliminate the consecutive zeros. We can eliminate the leading zeros. Had to make it look shorter.
What if it was the first 4? Could you also shorten that one? If it was like, let's say 0021?
Which one? This one?
Yeah. So,
well, this one has like 4.
So the first one always has 4.
Yes.
هاي أجل شيء. في أسئلة يا شباب لأحمد في شيء؟
يعني تقريبا احنا يعني
Why did SSN choose IPv6?
SSN?
Yeah. Silver Springs, why or ComEd or why did they advertise themselves as an IPv6?
Well, أول شيء زي ما حكينا the faster communication it work very efficient when it comes to the mesh topology. Mesh topology guys اللي هو each node communicate with يعني the nodes around. هاي mesh topology. بالضبط.
Real,
Yeah.
that's real.
هاي بيحكوا عن المش نتورك. مش نتورك اللي هم بيستخدموها اساسا. اذا بتذكر مراد لما قعدنا مع مان كل البروجكت تاعتهم على مش تكنولوجي. المش اللي هو every single smart meter